Wednesday afternoon around 2, between 2 and 4. It is time for the Corey Butterfield Show. Otherwise, called being Bermudian. We like that. And we hope that you enjoy. And if you're not careful, you may learn something before you're done, like back in the day. But I can't do this by myself, so I'm joined today, as every other, by the big man, Big Willie Ferguson. How's it going? Keeps on turning, Billy. What's going on?
Hey, Corey. Good afternoon. And good afternoon, Bermuda.
Mate, you had coffee today, haven't you?
A little.
Not coffee.
Yeah, one of those energy drinks.
No, sir. Stay away. I must say, anybody who is uncertain about Barrett's newest product, what's it called? The accelerator?
Yes, the accelerator.
And the various flavors that they have. Willie is an expert. He can tell you how good the cherry tastes.
Yes.
He can suggest to you when you may not wish to take it if you're trying to go to bed. And how many you want to take if you want to stay up for 2 days straight.
Man, I got caught up with the taste. And that cherry is the bomb. Well, all of them taste great, but cherry in particular is the bomb. And guess what it done to me? It kept me up for 2 days.
Well, it kept you up. Well, I mean, but let's be honest. It's not like you took them at 3 in the afternoon and only had one.
No,
right.
I had two.
A few.
And they taste good. That's the warning.
There we go.
Tastes good.
Well, red always tastes good, right?
Yeah.
What just red? The cherry, strawberry, would have been just red.
Well, blueberry is great. One of my favorites.
Yes, but I'm just saying that red generally is the sweetest.
I know what you're getting to.
I wasn't even going, you know something?
Yeah, I know what you're getting to.
So, right, I understand you wish to make a grand announcement of gratitude to one of our listeners.
Oh, definitely. She knows who she is, and all I'll describe her as Mrs. B.
Okay.
Thank you for that surprise yesterday. It meant so much to me. And in 5 minutes, it was all over.
Miss or Mrs. B, I will tell you, I was trying to have a business meeting, and I was, having a call with my good co-pilot here, plotting the routes for today, making sure we don't, avoid turbulence and potential. And he said, listen, I'm going to go and I'll give you 10 minutes. Okay, but I'm meeting somebody outside. And I said, okay, good help's hard to find. So and he said, but I'll call you when I'm done.
Yes.
Well, he called me having been outside and called me when he returned inside. And let me just say this. We were trying to figure out how we could express your gratitude and mine without giving details that might cause some challenges. And so I would just say this to Miss B. My mate, it was difficult to understand him at times. It was very, very difficult. So I'm here to tell you, it did not last. I don't think they saw 8 o'clock. I don't think they saw 7 o'clock. In fact, that thing didn't see 6:30, and you had the meeting at 6 o'clock. In fact, a little early, right?
Yeah.
Your meeting was a little before 6.
Yeah.
And by 6:30, the minutes were done, any other business was done, session done, right?
Yeah.
So, Mrs. B, awesome.
Awesome.
I will, I have, unlike in the past, last month, when there was a bit of uncertainty about ownership, I think that's the way to put it, uncertainty about ownership.
All right.
The ownership has been clear, and so I have received what I own.
Yes. I must say, the assignment you gave me was carried out in good time.
Yes,
And,
first time for everything.
Yes, and he has it in his possession.
Indeed.
I'm just waiting to hear how much he is going to enjoy it as much as I did.
And that will come later, I am certain.
Yes, but thank you.
Yes, and I must say, aside from these, I must say something else. Can I just?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
To Miss B, the co-pilot sent me a voice note yesterday. I don't quite know what to say except that was impactful, meaningful, thoughtful, Bermudaful, and I received it. I think I can just stop there. Would you like to address that?
I would add just encouraging, stimulating. It was
inspirational.
Very inspirational, and appreciated.
So, Ms. B, I want to thank you. We want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Yes.
Okay. The next thing that I would like to do, really,
Yes.
is clarify something that I think would be helpful to clarify, although even using the word clarify causes me a little bit of, concern. But I'm going to say clarify for the sake of, because, you got my back and you lead from the front. Somebody say, man, say what you got to say. That's what we're here for. But I'm going to use the word clarify because I accept that there were two different ways to say this, and I said it in an unapologetically Bermudian way, which is how we stay around here.
That's how it is.
But I accept there's other ways to say it.
Right.
And so, clarify. And this was about fishing. Okay. Now, there are certain facts that I don't have with me in terms of I can read you out and you all can believe what I'm saying. You don't have to believe me. It's in writing.
Yes.
Regrettably, I don't have anything in writing, so there's a bit of a trust here. You're going to have to just trust me a little bit.
Right.
And say there is concern about fish stocks in Bermuda.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I'm going to say. There, as a fact, and there's data, that there is concern. I don't say that the data is that there is a reduction of fish stocks. I'm just saying the fact is there is massive concern about that.
Yeah.
From users, from fishermen, from divers, from boatsmen, from the environmentalists, and from ministry authorities.
Yes.
It is a fact. There is concern about fish stocks. It is also a fact that commercial fishermen have to send in their catch. They record what they catch.
Correct.
And also they are bound by the closure of certain grounds.
Yes.
So the fisheries department say, hey, hind grounds are closed.
Yes.
Hey, the so-and-sos are closed. You can't go in that area, don't fish in that area. Okay? So those commercial fishermen, on the penalty of losing license or being fined, adhere to the regulations that come out of the fisheries authority, ministries. So I don't believe one can say commercial fishermen are overfishing the ocean. I don't think that's the issue. In fact, that's not the issue from what the authorities say.
Yes.
What is the issue is the uncontrollable catches of amateur fishermen and unmanageable catches of amateur fishermen.
Yeah.
What this means is there is no licensing, no certification, no regulations around amateur fishermen. The only thing is whether you're amateur or commercial, parrotfish is endangered and you can't, right?
Yes.
But so when you have a problem of the depletion of fish stocks or the reduction of fish stocks, and you believe amateur fishermen are the challenge, but how do you license them, you monitor them, enforce when we don't have fisheries wardens on 30 boats, 100 strong, checking our inlets and bays, and docks and wharfs and bridges? It's just not possible. Therefore, if, let's say I'm a chief biologist, and let's say I'm terrified about the state of grunts, cowpollies, squirrelfish, whatever, the fish you catch from the rocks and dock, right? Rockfish, right? And every day I drive on weekends and I see people just at will all over Bermuda fishing, realizing they're going to catch, clean. There's nobody there seeing, is that a baby fish? Is that a, right? There's just trying to square my, right. So what then would you do? And I'm a policy consultant, so I'm no slouch. Right. I know what I just said, and you feel weird for me to even say it. Right? But meaning, this is some of the stuff I do. Try to help us find a policy, a regulation, a law, an initiative that deals with the issue. So the issue here, dwindling fish stocks. What do you do if the commercial fishermen are already managed and you know their stocks, but it's the amateur? What can you do?
Well, someone's going to have to not fish.
And so, do you say you can only fish after you go 18? Well, or you stop fishing when you go 50? Or you can only fish 3 times a weekend? And how do you monitor that across this island?
That is true.
So, my suggestion, and this is how I'll say it differently on Wednesday than I said it on Monday. Our fish stocks In fact, Bermuda's environment is so delicate. 45 years ago, a book was written about Bermuda's delicate balance.
Yes.
We have an environmental balancing act between cliffs, seagrass, human beings,
Yes.
endangered trees, and other flora. And we're trying to live in 2026.
Yes.
So, the reason why we have so many amateur fishermen is because fishing is part of the Bermudian culture.
Yes, indeed.
We live on an island. If it wasn't, I think it'd be a problem. Also, fish sustained early Bermudians.
Yes.
If you listen to the show regularly, I read papers that said fish bones were found all over Bermuda at a level in the soil that we should have been on other animals.
Yeah.
So when you move to an area, seafood normally lets you know, which is why people still think fish is for poor people.
Yes.
Right? Because it's free. It's in the ocean. You pull it out, you eat.
Yes.
And so fish was deemed like that's sustenance, right? But then you get a couple of chickens.
Yes.
You may get a pig, and so those bones and the results of having eggs and chicken and fowl and
Yes.
pigs and cows, beef, and all, you begin to see that when you do excavations.
Yeah.
In the years after us, so Chesapeake Bay in Virginia,
Yeah.
they did comparisons of sites in Bermuda and sites in Virginia in terms of what was the diet like, and therefore, what were the people eating?
Yeah.
Bermuda was behind Virginia.
Yes.
They had domesticated animals and had diversified their diet long before we did. So fish, what I'm trying to tell you, is more than like culture, Reggie, let's go fishing. It literally was how we made it. So the fact that it's at a DNA level, cultural, traditional, heritage level in
Yes.
2026 isn't by mistake, isn't happy coincidence. It's something that began in the 1600s and will continue to the 2600s, probably.
Yeah.
But we do have this challenge. The stocks are declining.
Yes.
And if we want people to be able to go to the rock, a little boy, and fish on a weekend in 2046, we may need to do something to ensure the fish are still there to be caught.
Yes. Definitely.
Well, here's my thing. Perhaps our environment is so delicate and our culture needs to be preserved
Yes.
such that only Bermudians can be amateur fishermen. Fishing persons, sorry.
Right.
And so the culture of fishing from the rocks or the bridge or the dock or your boat as an amateur is something only Bermudians do because it is tied to the Bermudian culture.
Yes.
We don't
Will
even
you answer?
want amateur fishermen,
Joy.
wink, wink, because the stocks are so low. But we know it's cultural, it's historic and historical. We know it's a part of the way of life in Bermuda and it's a rite of passage in certain homes. We have boats for reason and fishing. And so, while it is a very big part of the Bermudian culture, and so it is allowed, only Bermudians can be amateur fishing persons. Is that a better way to put it?
Yeah, that's a better way.
That's the clarification that I thought I would attempt. Okay, now, yeah,
I'd like to extend this conversation that we're having since we're on conservation.
sure.
When you look at the situation in Bermuda, it extends to a few other things that are dwindling. We can look at snails, we can look at frogs, we can look at lizards. It's a big thing. It's something going on in Bermuda where we have a problem in keeping our stocks of wildlife in front of us. So there's a bigger study that has to be done on why this is happening and how we can combat it as a country.
I'm going to move right along from that, really, because I actually thought you go somewhere else. And
Okay.
I'll just say that the land snails have been saved.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
there's a
God.
greater and a lesser Bermuda land snail. And the Cheshire Zoo in England, they are actually the ones who've sent 30 and 40,000 versions of snails, or they've had a breeding program in England, and so they actually have sent these snails in. In actual fact, a clutch of snails were found in a certain area in Hamilton. I think it was maybe 2014, 2013, 2015, and that's what actually spiked or sparked the agreement relationship with the Cheshire Zoo to breed and reintroduce land snails. So I know the land snails is underway. I remember making a joke during COVID when we were all in lockdown, because there were videos from around the world of wildlife and other things that were sort of reacting to the fact that man wasn't in that park or on that beach or on that dock. And so the wildlife kicked in. And I remember making a comment at the time that when we see crabs running across South Shore in Southampton at work again, then we'll know the environment's coming back. Because when I was, say, 16 and even driving, you had to dodge crabs that were running from the sand right across. So I take your point about some of the endemic and naturalized fauna and flora in Bermuda and what's going on. But sticking with fish, which is where I wanted to go, when Willie and I really met around about 2018 and moved the organization for which Willie is the chair, was trying to establish a fishing cooperative. There were a number of fishermen who were looking to organize the industry a bit better, and spent a lot of time on boats, in schools, meeting fishermen, talking to young people. I mean, I shouldn't actually. This is you should be sorry. Let me. My apologies. You say what you and your organization would do, Billy.
We done the 9 miles. We, like he said, Corey had said that we had gone into the schools. We went in public. We took, we visited the fishermen. I took a whole year off just to go fishing with one of the fishermen. And did I learn a lot? Not only that, I gained a lot of strength from pulling up anchors and pulling ropes, pulling in big fish. And certainly it isn't an easy field, but there are people who risk their lives every single time they go at sea. And that is something that isn't fashioned into, what people feel they're paying for fish. It's a lot that goes into it, equipment, everything. Not only that, we were setting up a system where they were insured, because many of them are not insured. If they lose the boats, they lose the livelihood. So there was a lot of things to consider in setting up the system for them to operate in. Not only that, we were looking at gaining membership in co-ops to our south, where we could have been able to at least bring in those fish that Bermudians were used to having. Meanwhile, at that time, they were able to, or would have been able to, dock their boats, fix them, do whatever. And we started to, they call it a cooperative, where we had people who fixed boats, were in tune with giving the fishermen a break, like I said earlier, insurance. And not only that, we were looking at changing the system, whereas taxis get their rebates at the pump. We were looking at getting the same system for the fishermen, setting up even the ice at different stations around the island so they can connect our ice for less, like 15 cents for a certain amount, which would have helped them. Everything was going into helping them. And we spent a whole lot of time, the satellite system.
Lido, I'm coming back to that.
Yeah, okay, leave that one out. Okay. We had a comprehensive plan for the fishing industry.
Led by fishermen.
Yeah, it was for fishermen. And by no means Move was getting a cent out of it.
I must say, you all were out there pulling rod and anchors and help repair boats, and you got some catch, I think, but you didn't, not money.
Well, this is it. I love fish, so,
right.
You give me a half a dozen. Not exactly. We were proud of the crew.
Right.
So taking home fish for our families and whatever was guess what? It was a big enough prize for us.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed being a part of, not only that, Bermuda culture.
Yes.
And we felt a part of all the generations that have ever done it. Rewarding.
Exactly. So, really, it's just, someone's been trying to get through, and we're in the midst of some, but I think they might be. So we're going to call you on the air.
Hey, you guys, whatever happened to that idea to turn Bermuda into a fishing long line.
I'll come into that. I'm gonna,
Oh,
sir.
you're gonna get it today.
Can I
Great. I'll leave that alone.
Thank
Then.
you.
But one point of clarification about the Creole.
Sure.
Yeah, don't use that as a way of.
Okay.
I tell you why, because whatever the rocket scientist was that decided to reintroduce the blue heron.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
Got you.
Wasn't a
They're
good
delicious.
idea.
They are delicious, not endangered.
That's being too good a job.
Right. They're delicious. They weren't endangered. They were delicious. I got you. Okay. No problem.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
So, all right. So, the move, and that's how I got involved.
Yeah.
So, I was working for the minister at the time, and he said, Corey, move trying to organize fishermen. And then I got involved as a policy or whatever advisor to try to do some research and help it out. Now, one of the things that I remember big, and it's happened now, is and this is part of what we talk about when you talk about the red ants and the black ants, right?
Yeah.
You've heard about that?
Yes, I have.
The black ants and the red ant in the jar, everything's fine.
Yes.
Somebody shakes up the jar, they go to war.
Yes.
And you wonder, what happened? Well, who shook the jar? Well, the amateur fishermen and the commercial fishermen believe they are, that the issue is there.
Yes.
Commercial fishermen, they spend money on fuel and boats and oil and crew and everything else, and the amateurs go out and do the thing. And then if they got a big hit, they'll sell it to a restaurant over the commercial. So while they were having that dispute, rightfully, in terms of who was what, the actual issue that we tried to tell the fishermen was amateur fishermen are not your competition. Your competition will be wholesalers when they start importing the species of fish that Bermudians eat.
Yes.
So when Swai was coming, right, it was, I don't know, you send the fish sandwich back.
Yes.
Where do you think all these wahoo nuggets are coming from? Do you really think there's a lot of fishermen out there catching that much wahoo?
Well, it's imports.
Of course. And so now, and this comes to the point of cottage cultural industries.
Yes.
If you can just do it as a wholesaler, that's the money part, as opposed to might be a bit more expensive. But if you are worried about a society, then everybody must make it. Hello, caller.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Mr. Corey.
That's me.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm just listening. In fact, I just tuned in, man. And it's funny what you're talking about, and that great group called Move, that a lot of people may not be totally aware of them and what they have been doing in our community. And coupling that with some of the stuff that I'm listening to on the U.S. news that's happening with the government and everything over there. What Mr. Chairman was talking about is something that I believe that could have been, if it was finished and all that, could have been very, very valuable to Bermuda.
You know, sorry to interrupt you here, but I just want to let you know we're getting to the end of that story, where I'm going to tell people what happened. So I don't know if that's what you were getting at, and I know you would know because you were there. But is there something? Well, not there, but I'm saying, I'm trying to get there.
I'm really joking. I'm not going to go any further than that. I'm going to leave that to you guys, right? I'm going to go off on a little different tangent. In that, we have a two-party system here. We have look at that. We have the party in command, and then we have the opposition. And, I wonder sometimes, the opposition get paid, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay. What Move tried to put into place, which would have been, anyway, I'll let you finish the part.
I wish you would, to be honest. I'm really trying here, right? But I'm listening like...
Okay, I'm not going to go any further than that. But what I'm going to say is, maybe that's something that the opposition could have tackled amongst a lot of other things that's needed in Bermuda. And the opposition get paid. What do they actually get paid for? Because I would think that the opposition, and this may just be my ignorance, who want to be actually the leading party, would be stepping up and doing things or trying to do things in the community. That is nothing to say that they can't work along with the leading party, but to show themselves and all that. From my position, and maybe it's the position for just not knowing, I don't really see much that our opposition is really doing to show themselves and show that they are worthy of being the leading party in the country, successful when it comes near to voting time. So I just want to throw that out there. What do they really do?
Okay,
they are the loyal opposition
on a daily, weekly, and yearly basis.
You know, I don't know, but you can give them a call. They could ask your candidate. But you know, we were talking about fish. I'm really, Kohler, you're really.
No, I don't want to take you off.
You've already done that, so I'm just trying to stop it.
No. I'm only one person. I'm just bringing up something, right?
Okay.
Because again, my main thing was to put up that what Move was doing, you know, which is a purely I could say patriotic, or because they're Bermudians and they're concerned, is something that the opposition could have brought to the table.
If you let me finish, if you promise you can let me finish, if you let me finish, you know why that's not possible and it didn't happen. But you won't let me finish. You keep talking.
Okay, Mr. Corey.
All right. So here's the deal. After I got involved and we went around, we went from Dockyard to St. David's talking to fishermen, and the idea was a potential cooperative. And I think it's important for people to at least let me get through what happened. Now, I know this is on my control. I don't have to take the call. I get that. Okay? But the people have things to contribute, and I like people contributing.
Right.
This one is a bit technical, and I'm trying to get to the end, so maybe that's on me. So, we had Move will tell you about a ton of things that we did, or that Move was doing, I was assisting. And key was a shoreside facility.
Yes.
And a shoreside facility was going to be the place where the fish was processed for the market.
Yes.
And we had looked at that at a lot of detail.
Yes.
We had identified locations around the island that would have been suitable. And I want to say this part as well. Move was given a building to use to set up as a pilot program. So there were about 10, I think they were commercial fishermen who had agreed to start a pilot program to see how this facility might work. The equipment that was placed in the building to help process the fish was donated, and I don't mind saying from who?
Yeah.
The Little Venice Group.
Yes.
Right? And I mean all sorts of kit, shelving and fridge and
ice machines, and countertops and deep fryers, and went on and on.
Okay. And so what we were doing, this is what the model was going to be. If there was, and we identified the BTFC, the Bermuda Triangle Fishing Cooperative.
Yes.
And so what would have happened is fishermen who wished to, it was no force. And if they did, they would go fishing. They would call us or call the cooperative. Hey, I'm coming in to Devonshire Dock. I'm coming in to wherever.
Yes.
Meet them. And then the fish is counted and weighed. Everybody agrees how much fish is there, how much it weighs. We agree, sign off, go. That fisherman gets paid X amount per pound for that fish. A rate that would have been negotiated by everybody and known.
Yes.
And then at the end of a month or a quarter or a year, we've been working on this, all of the fishermen would share in the profits of that cooperative.
Yeah, profit
so
sharing.
you'd get paid for, you bought in 50 pounds of fish, you make $9 a pound, you get paid that, but then because the cooperative sells fish at a profit, it makes a profit. That profit got shared amongst the members.
Yes.
That was the model. And it was picking up steam.
Yeah.
We did. So to the satellite thing, we had found an app. And these app developers, this app was awesome. And it was designed for small African fishermen in villages.
Yes.
And so that meant it was simple. It was on a phone that was sturdy. And literally, say you caught 21 snappers. You take out your phone, they hit fish, a picture of a snapper came up, you press snapper, you put in 22. This was how he kept track of the catch. and you come in, and they were excited to work with Bermuda. Remember, they wanted to know the fish species because they were going to put pictures there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as often happens in Bermuda, at least from my adult and life career, the powers of conservatism and ego kick in.
Mm.
And so we were summoned to a meeting.
Yes.
And at this meeting, Move and I were chastised.
Yep.
We, notwithstanding we had only been talking to fishermen, notwithstanding fishermen had told us what they wanted. And I'll give you an example. We talked about processing. And what was going to happen was you would have bought fresh Bermuda fish in the grocery store like you pick up your regular groceries. Yep. You wouldn't have had to meet the brethren in an Arnold's bag at the bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
They would have been there.
Yeah.
Now, because captains and fishermen have a lot of pride in their catch, the labeling, because we looked at the labeling would have said, this is from Captain Fergie's boat.
Mm-hmm.
So we had the labeling, the processing, the trays, it was, right? And the people who said, we do this in Bermuda,
mm-hmm.
but they hadn't,
mm-hmm.
and still to this day have not,
yes,
took it over.
Mm-hmm.
And they were an array of superstars, weren't they, really?
Yes, they were.
Every kind of alphabet soup you want was in that room.
Mm-hmm.
There was BL this and BE that. There was CFCs and you name it. And Willie and I were put in our place.
Mm-hmm.
Quite succinctly.
Yes.
And we were told that this project was going to be taken over by people, let's just say, with a bit more than we had.
Yes.
The building that we were going to use as a temporary for the pilot program was taken from us,
mm-hmm.
given to another group that was more politically connected. They never, ever used the building. The building's still in the state it is now, even though they took it from us.
It's a worse state.
Actually, worse state. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if you're a fisherman listening to this, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If you're an administrator listening to this, you know it's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're the CFC listening to this, you won. You won. Okay. And
before
so
you go on, one other thing that I was very proud of was how we were using satellite positioning.
Mate, you're giving me all the secrets.
Yeah, well,
No, I think you should.
No, we were.
Mate, what about the fertilizer from the burn? We were good. Let's tell them all. Go for it. No, go ahead.
I don't even know where you started so much. But I'll say from the satellite, we had gotten involved with a company that was going to give us satellite positioning. In other words, they could locate, for instance, there is fishing going in Bermuda waters.
Billy, I have the app on my phone now. I looked at it this weekend. I still see the ships in our waters. I see it. I still see them.
Well,
we have a Coast Guard now. This is not my job, right? Remember, they spanked us.
Yeah, but we had...
that was 2019.
That was 2019. We were working with... No, it's 2026, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
What's that, 7 years?
You got it.
Well, we had a satellite positioning company that we were working with, and we watched it in real time. Different ships.
Absolutely.
Chinese ships.
Coming
through from the Bahamas after raping their waters and coming up to Bermuda.
No, it's fish pots. That's the problem.
No, it wasn't ship pots. We had foreign ships shipping in our waters.
Really, there's a ship that went down with chemical fertilizer in it.
Oh, I see.
Remember that one?
Yes.
And the fishermen were talking about where that ship went down.
Mm-hmm.
That one, you couldn't even find a record of it. No local media. No media about this ship, but I was able to find a video of it when it went down.
Wow.
That's how bad the environmental damage was from this ship of fertilizer that went down. But no, it was the fish pots.
But those effects lasted
What?
for years.
Of course they did.
And we don't know the effects of it because there hasn't been any studies. We talked yesterday about studies being done, but they're not forthcoming. Maybe they are.
Why are you complaining? Don't you get snapper and wahoo when you weren't in a restaurant?
Well,
does it matter that a Bermudian didn't catch it, but it was imported?
Well,
why should you care?
There's a different taste, and you know that.
Mate, it's my culture. It could taste worse. I still take the Bermudian one.
You know something? Bermuda's fish is sweet. You know that. I know that. You go to Cop Match and you get foreign fish, you know you're eating foreign fish.
Yep.
So it goes on to say that we had to position it. That was
Yes.
great. All they had to do is the way how it worked. Mercy. Anyway, that's scrapped.
All I'm saying is that when I tell people about matching energy, right?
Right.
It's stuff like that, right? Nobody would know any of that happened unless you would move. Mm-hmm. It's too embarrassing for the parties that took it over to say anything about it now.
Yeah.
Right? Zero. And so if I come out and say something about fishermen or fishing or the administration of fishing in Bermuda, who would know all of that and why it was stopped and by whom?
Yeah.
That's the craziness.
But the other thing to all of this is we were even looking at conservation.
That wasn't the word. Remember what the word the guy told us?
Yeah.
Stewardship.
Oh, yes. Stewardship.
And that was yet another civil servant, public officer, who was thought a rebel. And he went from calling me to not even taking my calls. That's how much his boss is. I should probably stop.
But you know something? Out of all of this, what happens is those who were involved in fishing, I'm talking about younger men and women, because women are fishing too. A lot of these guys have retired, sold their boots.
Look, let's be real. Okay, I'll tell the story.
Go ahead.
No, I'll tell it.
Go
okay,
ahead.
so I had gone with one move member down to Dockyard. St. David, sorry, Southside.
Yes.
Guy's boat was up and he was repairing it. This man was not 40. Okay? And we talked about, what we were thinking, what would help him. Like you said, the insurance, fuel, discounts, all those things. So we're deep. And I'm a nerd, so, I'm all in.
Yes.
And he says, I think the best way to explain to you why what you guys are doing will be helpful and a good idea is this story. So here's what happened. His boat was out of the water. He had to get some repairs. So that week, he went fishing with a different fisherman, an older fisherman. And so he said, this is how his week went. They decided on Monday that they were going out on Tuesday.
Yes.
So on Monday, they kind of pretty much get the boat ready, and they go out on Tuesday. They spend the day out. They come in, the fish is on ice, and they sell it on Wednesday.
Yes.
And so they're cleaning and selling in front of you when you're there on Wednesday to buy the fish.
Yes.
Then Thursday, they get the boat ready. And he goes back out on Friday.
Yes.
And the guy says, with what you're telling me, I could come in with my catch, drop it off, and go back fishing?
Yes.
Yes. I said, you don't have to find customers. You don't have to do it because the cooperative
Yes.
would be,
Yes.
you drop your fish, you get paid per pound, and you get paid at the end of the month. And if you have a special client, like every time he gets a 50-pound tuna, he sells it to X restaurant, keep doing that.
Yes.
Do
Nothing
it.
stopping
As long as we know in advance about those relationships, then people can undermine the cost from the co-op.
Yes.
Got me? So we had given this a whole lot of thought. And then bureaucrats and egotistical people kicked in, and they took it from us. And so I'm coming back to say that if our fish stocks are low, and we cannot, in other ways, manage amateur fishermen, manage who becomes amateur fishermen. And because it's our culture, I think it's straightforward.
Oh, you know something? I'm going to put in a plug here.
Okay.
Even the environmentalists, they were down in it without even knowing the plan.
Oh, I forgot about that. Remember that letter?
Oh, God, do I ever.
They didn't understand the stewardship.
Yes.
Yes, I remember that now. But anyway, so I hope that that in some way clarifies a little bit about, because it was a bit out of context. And so I could say that fishing is so cultural and the stocks are so delicate that it's something that we reserve for Bermudians. Now, because we're going to move on, I'll take this call because we're going to move on from fishing. Yeah?
Yes.
Good day, caller. You're on the air.
Yes, sir. I know I'm listening to your program intently. But did you say anything about the storage place that they had at Morgan's Point Festival?
You mean the old shoreside facility back in the day, and one at Southside?
No, the one at Morgan's Point.
Was this?
They had a fishermen used to take the fish there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. No, I didn't speak about that, but that one and the one from Southside. That was, so there were plans to build one. I actually saw plans were drawn up. There were two things. One was that one in Morgan's Point, and one that was operational in Southside. And Minister Cox, I believe Minister Paula Cox then was the Minister of Home Affairs, and we were looking at fish farming, but they called it something better name than that, in the actual ocean to rear the species that we eat in Bermuda. And the fishermen were also concerned about that competition as well.
Yeah, because I know I had a friend of mine that worked at that lake on Morgan's Point.
The deep water there. That's much better than Southside one.
Yes, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. No problem. Really, we got one more. Hello, caller. You on the air?
Hey, so basically, you guys were blocked?
No, we were robbed. We were blocked. I'll tell you, mate. Look, we were summoned to a meeting, okay? And let me just say, this working with them was like my report to cabinet about work I was doing included this work, right? So it was known. But we were asked to attend a meeting, and at this meeting, there's a board called the Commercial Fishermen's Council. They were angry that this group had been going around talking to fishermen, notwithstanding all the plans that we had and had been sharing. There had been plans drawn up in the past for a facility to go down on Southside, so BLDC was in the room. The minister, there were two ministers, one minister chaired it, another, it was hot. Yeah. And
What government was in power then?
BLB. This was 2019.
What?
Oh, yeah,
They had a legal right to do what they done.
Well, it was good. Let's put it like this. The meeting was upstairs in the cabinet building. Okay? There was no doubts. There was no doubts.
Oh, man. I tell you, and we're talking about improving our economy and doing things that, I mean, this had the potential to go beyond our shore. Yeah, I see.
That was the plan. That was the plan. I'll tell you what, so to tell you how close you are, okay? The cooperative, what Billy said earlier, the cooperatives to the south, so that the cooperative could still sell fish during our winter season. So it'd still be the species that we eat, but we would be supporting other cooperatives. So fishermen supporting fishermen. Oh, yeah. Right. We were thinking we might get it to export level if we got it, but no, you got it.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry. You
guys are ruining my day.
I'm sorry, but they let us know, didn't they, really?
They sure did.
I'm sorry.
I mean, we're talking about entrepreneurship, and we're talking about doing things to help, especially the fishing industry in Bermuda.
You got it.
And this didn't play out. Man, they basically found a way to take it off your hands so they could stop it.
Well, we thought they were good with it.
Yeah.
But, they did. They took it clean. Remember that one, Billy?
That was to stop it. I guarantee it was a few disgruntled fishermen that had a lot of power. That was the way to stop it.
Got you.
That's what that was.
Yep, probably.
Jeez.
Okay. All right.
I got to digest this.
Okay, well, you take it easy. All right. I'm sorry, I didn't realize it was going to have that impact. Okay. Hi, caller, you on the air?
Good day, gentlemen.
Good day.
Good day.
What you have just outlined really speaks to the core of our problem today.
Mm-hmm.
With regard to our culture and the fact that there are people, guest workers that come here that fish. And what you hit the nail right on the head. And then you sort of emphasize crystal clear to this country what our problems are. And they really fall directly on our leadership, period.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. The stuff is talking about, you can't make it up.
And to be honest, that's why I've said on the show, I won't reveal. Like, this one really was a move. It was a public thing. But that's why I have to keep, it almost reminded myself not to talk about advice and consultancies that I've given to various governments, because trust me, it's even some, I'll tell you what, you know how basic this one is? There's no law in Bermuda right now to create cooperatives. You can't even create it. And so I actually...
that's another story.
It was in the throne speech, though. But so if you wanted to, you couldn't even launch a cooperative right now if you wanted to. So if I was to get into all the details, you trust me, you wouldn't believe me. Well, sorry, you believe me. I hope you believe me, but you'd be still stunned.
So my point is that, once again, we need to wake up.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just have to thank you again. I just encourage you to continue on.
I'll try my best.
Speaking to it like it is.
No problem. Okay. No problem. But really, that's good. So what's the Bermudian way of life?
Well,
right? What's the right...
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking of the past, and I'm saying that's just half of the story.
Oh, man.
And you could be troublesome, but as a citizen of this country, and you love your country and you love your people and you want the best for them, right? You know culturally what we enjoy. Why don't we work together to keep it going? That's a simple plan, isn't it? But apparently not. So today we're here, 6-7 years later, and the needle hasn't moved. There's been no progress. And we had to stand on the side and watch the experts do it.
Yep.
And we had put in 3+ years in developing this plan.
Absolutely.
And even today, I would put it up against anything.
I would too. I'm still got the apple on my foot.
Of course.
I still see, right?
Yes.
That's what's happening. Those guys, South African guys, remember we would talk with Zoom meetings and stuff.
Anyway.
I'll tell you what, I'll take one more call and then we'll move on for fishing.
Sure.
Okay. Oops. All right. So really.
Yeah.
Right. I don't have a song ready, so we're gonna. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I guess we will move on from fishing because I'm gonna raise another issue.
Okay.
Very similar. It may not be as drastic, but let me ask: do you like banana?
Oh no!
Yes.
Oh
yes.
no!
Oh yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
well, I would tell you because I was one who tried to get in on the banana importation.
Okay.
And you were talking about being blocked or sidewinded.
Yep.
Well, there was only one person that was able to bring bananas into Bermuda. And you see their green truck.
Oh, yeah, I've seen. Yes.
You see their vehicles
Heavy laden.
But I would tell you this: the amount of hoops that were put in place to, I would use this word, dismantle anybody else from being able to do it. That's very hard.
No, you see, you pricked some interest now. You're making me look up some stuff. Okay.
Well, and so I put forward, and I said, well, you know what? All right, I'm gonna just see how difficult this task is going to be. I'm going to put forth to my supplier and see what they can do on their end to try to mitigate, to make it at least a 2-horse race.
You're right. See, your supply can help you meet halfway. Got you.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
And so then I sent the stack of qualifications that were needed to import bananas.
Sorry.
It was like, you got to be kidding.
What do you mean? Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So it was, now, I wouldn't say over ear some of the other stuff because
I got you.
it would be probably seen as being liable.
No, I got you. Yeah, but you don't need to roll those dice.
But the stack of things was actually put in place so that nobody else could do it.
I see.
And so the run of the meal, and I remember corn bananas, you could get corn bananas for like $1.29 a pound.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah. But because you only have one person now able to do it, then the price matches. So,
got you.
but I would say this: I have Villa's number, and I will send him a message right about now.
Okay.
And if you wish to get a little more information, then maybe there may be some dialogue to go.
Sure, it's a part of our, yeah.
So, I didn't want to put a potting end to fishing.
Whoa, good.
But I figured I would give another something that people may want to consider as being viable to talk about, because there was definitely some more than hurdles.
Yeah.
There were mountains to climb to try to get in on the banana importation.
Okay.
Anyhow, I will send him a message now,
Good stuff.
and
Thank you very much.
and we'll move forward.
Good stuff.
Right on.
All
Take
right.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Really? Let's take we can take a quick break.
Sure.
Take a little stretch, and it's a little warm.
Oh, yes, it is.
Get some water, and come right back.
We'll be right back with more of the Corey Butterfield Show here on Magic 102.7 FM.
Yeah. I don't know what else to tell you. All right. So we dealt with the fishing, and I say dealt with. It wasn't something that I had intended. I didn't realize, but I did want to clarify why, from a policy perspective, both for the environment and the culture, if you want to preserve the culture, and I think we do, so that it's still happening, we have to preserve it for Bermudians. Those are the people who are going to use it in the future. Those are the people who built it to now. And here we are. Yes. And then the other thing is, for instance, someone told me they saw non-Bermudians fishing with a net. Not bait fishing, right? And so somebody else was telling me, no, this may be your area, really. I can't profess to know this one.
Okay.
But for the people who live North Shore, there is quite an interesting fishing hole that you would have to know about. Let's put it this way. I only heard about this being told the story.
Yes.
Okay, so it's nothing that I think even outside the neighborhood would know. So if you lived Parsons Road,
right,
you might not know about this hole.
No, you wouldn't know about this hole.
Okay, but if you live Dock Hill,
yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the person, sounds like you know what I'm talking about. Can you?
Oh, I know.
So I don't want you to give away
the area, but well, you said it, North Shore.
Oh, mate, North Shore is 20 miles.
Yeah, I got you, but it's it's near Dock Hill.
Right, we'll just leave it like that.
Yeah, we'll leave it like that.
And what I'm trying to get at is that's a cultural fishing spot, decades old. It's like I could imagine, I don't know it, but imagine to get to it, you have to look out for this part and this thing. And, you know, if you try to do it when it's raining, you're not going to get back up the hill.
Well, you know how cultural it was? You had to go through a neighbor's yard to get to it. That's how sacred it is.
Okay, and this is my point. That if the culture of allowing people to walk through your neighborhood to go fishing is because you're Bermudian, they're Bermudian, you watch them grow up in the neighborhood, you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's not, the person who is fishing there in non-Bermudian is not part of that culture. They're fishing, and they're fishing with permission and all of that, but it's just not cultural. Get it?
Yes.
And so, not just talking about eating parrotfish or fishing with nets. Cultural, it's our culture. And I know we're not used to promoting, preserving, right? We've had, I remember Somerset, Mugadeen. We've had a lot of people play cup match who are not Bermudian, and Hines, Robert. So that's, I get it.
Let me explain how sacred this area is.
My mate is go on.
You know what we do? We will put, like, you know, you have those croaker bags.
Which ones?
Croaker bags. There's
that might be BC. Oh, okay.
Net type of bags.
Right.
We would fill it with food, leftover food, etc. Fill it up, and we'll take it to this fishing hole and put it there so the fish can eat it. So, let me tell you. So we were feeding what we were eating.
Yes, man. I see what you're saying.
So the conservatism,
stewardship.
Yes, sorry, stewardship was there.
Yes.
And we watched. We didn't. We even had our own rules. You only took certain fish from at a certain size.
You got young guys were living like that.
Everyone was living.
You see that?
So, what had happened? We had some foreigners. When we look, after all the work that we were doing to make sure that that area was well stocked,
right?
They were taking nets.
What you mean? So hold on, nets as well?
Nets. They were taking nets down there and catching fish like that. And a big argument, because they lived on the other side, big argument broke out. Okay? They have been reported. So far,
they haven't done anything wrong.
We haven't seen anything.
No, but what were they reported to? Who about what?
Well, net fishing. That's illegal.
No, it's not.
Well, in that area it was.
Was there a sign that said that?
No, it wasn't a sign.
So who made it illegal?
Well, that's a good point.
The net fishing is not illegal,
right? So they did it. We reported it. Nothing's been done.
And that person who you reported it to knew nothing was going to be. There's nothing they could do.
Wow.
This is my point. This is the very point I'll make. I don't know how long ago that was.
Right.
Okay. But you had nothing to report.
Wow. Well.
How do you think guys catch fry when they're going? What do you think they use a rod?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Coming this summer, it ain't going to end up like that.
Hey, listen. These are the reasons people canvass. In theory,
yes,
they knock on your door. You say fishing.
Yes.
They say done.
Yes.
They go do it. You vote for them.
Yes.
That's generally how it goes.
Yes.
But they were doing nothing wrong.
Okay.
I don't know what that was a clash of culture. The fact that you had and whomever had stocked that area for decades.
Yes.
And some non-Bermudians who had no idea of the stocking of all that went. A Bermudian had to show them that spot, really.
Yeah.
They didn't stumble upon that spot.
There you go.
I'm just saying. Okay. Monday, some messages I got, I thought maybe I was going to be strung up at the cenotaph for promoting Bermudian culture, believe it or not. Right? But I did watch a movie Tuesday that made me feel better.
Okay.
In fact, this guy runs a whole movie, and the guy says the village wants him, because they know him to be fearless and clever and blah, 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 and they want him to stop the building of this factory.
Really?
And my man says, this has nothing to do with me, Besides, I'm supposed to be the bodman who you all don't like.
Right.
Right? And they're like, we don't care, no questions asked. He's like, no questions asked. So you're going to have no questions asked when bodies turn up? Like, we don't want you to kill nobody. Right? He says, I'm not trying to kill anyone. I'm just saying.
Yes.
No questions asked. So, as it turns out, he says, I'm going to do it.
Right.
But when you turn on me, and you will, just remember this moment and this meeting. Sure enough, they turned on him.
Wow.
But that's the story. I can tell you a story about a green and white organization turning on people who really help them out too. But we're going to talk about births in Bermuda in 2024. The Registrar General's annual report for 2024. Yeah? Are you still with me?
I'm still with you, Brian. Wide awake.
Oh, good. You lost you on the stool there. You almost fell off the stool.
No.
Okay. Is there anything you...
Yeah, I got jokes.
Births in Bermuda 2024?
Oh, here we go.
Was that a joke?
No, that's not a joke.
What's the you said I got jokes?
Yeah, before that.
Oh, okay. So, before I get into this, I'm just happy. Okay, that's a good way to be. I wish you a happy new year. Yes. And so far, it's going to go into plan.
Yes.
Good stuff. So, I was reading the registrar, or maybe it's better to say the Registry General's annual report for 2024. And a couple of thoughts that came in and out of my mind as I was there. And I was debating on how much to sort of say and how much to ask you to kind of see what the assumptions are versus what the data is.
Okay.
And I think a lot of those assumptions are going to be spot on.
Yes.
We're not mysterious. Right? We have a Bermudian way of life, and there's not many of us. So it's not altogether mysterious. Some may be surprising. So what would you prefer? Would you like me to ask questions or tell you the data?
I have fun being asked questions.
Okay. So I'm sorry if anyone listening on Monday if I repeat any of it, but I'm going to start off by giving you a baseline, and then we'll have questions. In 2024, there were 425 births in Bermuda. Okay? So, by the way, I didn't say this. This is the Registrar General. The Registry General tracks all births, deaths, marriages, adoptions, domestic partnerships, and a number of other sort of lifestyle issues in Bermuda. The registry, not so much the Department of Statistics, that's hard data, but you have to use the registry when you want certificates for things, birth certificates, that's the registry. So they maintain. And I had a couple of thoughts as this was coming, so 425 people were born in Bermuda in 2024. That was a decrease of 11 from 2023. So we had 436 in 2023 and 425 in 2024. Now, we brought this up. Haven't had a bit more time. I'm not entirely sure still, but I'm going to raise this now because the next data is the babies born in and out of wedlock.
Okay.
And we had a discussion, not a discussion, but curiosity as to why would in and out of wedlock still be something that's tracked, given there does not appear to be a social stigma attached to it, neither does it appear that babies born to married parents have a privilege or advantage that, outside from, the two-parent, blah, 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 but that the government is responsible for, such that the government needs to know who's getting this benefit, right? Whether you're in or out of wedlock. So I haven't quite determined, haven't read the whole thing now.
Right.
I think it says something about culture, but I don't know we need this said, and I'm not entirely sure it's saying it. With all of that disclaimer, do you think there were more children born in wedlock or out of wedlock in Bermuda in 2024?
Whoa. In wedlock.
Absolutely correct. 247 babies were born to parents who were married. 178 were born to parents who were not married. Okay. Of that 425, 204 were female, 221 were male. So slightly more males than females were born. But in 2023, there were 225 females and 211 male.
Okay.
So I don't think there's any trend here. I don't think there's anything we can look at.
Okay.
I don't believe. Right. We then talked about parishes, if you remember. And the highest number of that 425 came from Pembroke. Would you like to guess who came second?
Devonshire.
Warwick. And what about third?
Devonshire.
Hamilton Parish. I mean, if you want me to tell you where Devonshire is, I will spare you. I don't think you want to know.
Okay.
But I'll tell you. Well, you're not quite last. And you're not bad. You're smack in the middle.
5.
So it goes Pembroke, Warwick, Hamilton Parish, Paget, Southampton. No, sorry, Devonshire, then Southampton. And St. George's is, let me just say, across the board.
Right.
I don't know how, I'm going to get myself in trouble today.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
Really, don't make me.
Go ahead.
Really, let me just say that, so by parishes, right? Huh?
I dare you.
I can't, dude. Honestly. So there were 247 in wedlock, right? 178 out of wedlock.
Okay.
Got me?
Yes.
So I got a lot of questions since that show about nationality.
Okay,
right?
Yes.
You know what? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm not going to move on.
I tell you, go for it.
I know. I'm not going to move on to nationality. Let me just deal with this. I'm going to get in big trouble for this, right? And as long as... Wait, where's cut messages? I'm okay. No, because there's a thing about St. George that's kind of funny, honestly. Like, it's some data here that I just find funny. It's just fun. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just funny. But I think when I say it, I'm going to vex some people.
Okay.
But you tell me go for it.
Go for it.
In St. George's in 2024, there were 9 babies born to married couples.
9.
9.
Okay.
Now, the next was 13, right? In Smith's Parish, and Sands was 17, but 9, right? So there was 9, okay? Really?
Yes.
There were 26 born out of wedlock.
Okay. Wow.
3 times as many.
Yeah.
Can we move on from this?
Yes. Let's move on, please.
What did they do in St. George? Right. So, let's just say that the total of 9 that 9, right?
Yeah.
Fella? There were 13 boys out of wedlock. So there was just more boys born out of wedlock than the entirety of the babies born in wedlock in St. George's.
Oh.
I'm not like I said, we asked why this wedlock thing is being tracked at all. And I think like I said, it may say something, but I don't think it needs to be said. Because we can sit here and do this kind of analysis, and we may not think, what's going on, St. George's?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But if it wasn't tracked like this, would it matter? We would just know that there's 35 babies born in St. George's last year.
Right.
Regardless of whether the parents were married or not.
That brings me to the question of nationality.
Okay. There were 247 babies born in wedlock in Bermuda in 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I am ready.
Out of the 247 babies that were born, 73 were born to parents who were both Bermudian.
Okay.
73 out of 247.
Wow.
What's interesting about that is there's 87 where one parent was Bermudian and 87 where no parent was Bermudian.
Okay.
73, both Bermudian. 87, one parent Bermudian. 87 also, no parent Bermudian.
Wow.
Okay? That's of our married parents. Really? You got my back, right?
I got you.
Okay. Like, when we leave, you got my back,
I
right?
got you, man.
Okay. There were 178 babies born where the parents were not married. 178, right? So 247, both parents were married. 178, the parents were not married.
Okay.
Okay? So the 247, right, where parents were married, 73, both parents were Bermudian.
Yes.
Okay? And 87, one was like Bermudian married to one Bermuda had a child with a foreigner, and the other one, two foreigners had a child.
Yes.
Okay, and that was the same, 87, but both Bermudians was 73.
Okay.
So, out of the 178 babies born where the parents were not married, what number do you think, just pick either a percentage or a number out of 178, do you think both parents were Bermudian?
78.
178.
I would say about 90.
Right. Would you like another guess?
70.
142.
Oh, that's good.
80%
Yes.
of the babies born where the parents were not married, both parents were Bermudian.
Okay. Yes.
Where one parent was Bermudian, it was 24.
Okay.
And there were 12 babies born. Can I just say something that sounds rude, but I don't mean it in a rude way?
Okay.
To work permit parents.
Okay.
Because they're both non-Bermudian. Right? So if they're here non-Bermudian, they're not retired and having babies.
Yes.
So my guess is 2 non-Bermudians met in Bermuda, working here, had a child.
Okay.
12 babies were born under those circumstances. 24, one was Bermudian and one was non-Bermudian. But out of the 178, 142, both parents were Bermudian.
Okay.
You got me?
Oh, got you.
Which means, out of the 425 babies born in Bermuda in 2024, 326, at least one parent was Bermudian.
Yes. Okay.
99 out of the 425, neither parent was Bermudian.
Okay.
Sorry. So, the percentages over the last 5 years of children born to parents who are both Bermudian, the average is, right now, 50.6%, and it was at 56% in 2020. You might find this interesting. They didn't list all of them.
Okay.
This surprised me to a great extent. The nationalities of the non-Bermudian parents gathered for statistical purposes represent over, and then it says how many different countries. Okay? The most frequently identified countries are Canada, so the parents of Bermudian babies?
Yes.
Canada, Jamaica, Philippines, Portugal, United Kingdom, and the USA. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. It just sounds like that's where our workers come from, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I skipped over a number. Take a guess. How many how many different countries have citizens like from those countries made babies in Bermuda? What's the how many countries do you think that is? Because they have their number here. For statistical purposes, the non-Bermudian parents represent over blank different countries. How many?
I'll say 8 or 9.
Take another guess.
12.
Take another guess.
15.
Take another guess.
20.
39.
Oh, ouch.
Did you realize there were 39 countries in this country? There's probably more. 39 became parents.
Wow. So you're telling me 39 different nationalities had babies here?
Yep, in 2024.
In 2024?
In 1 year.
Wow.
Yep. 39.
I would have never, ever thought that.
I know. So
39.
when you take this number, I got to tell you, I was giggling, and you've handled it much more maturely than I did, and I'm proud of you. And maybe I can learn from you. But out of 178, 142. Like, so in other words, I'm not sure so 29.6, so let's call it 30.
Right.
Okay? 30% of the children born in Bermuda to married parents are born to Bermudian parents.
Yes.
Both of them were Bermudian. Of the children born to unmarried parents, 80%, both of them were Bermudian.
Wow.
I just think some anthropologists somewhere, or some social scientists, I'm not either of those, ought to tell us what that means. I think it means something. I'm not entirely sure what it means. Because it might mean Bermudians are getting together, staying together, but just not marrying. And so they're still having babies and having houses and education and tuition and all that.
Yes.
Or it could be that the chances of two people having a child who aren't married are far greater for the country, the people of the country you're in, given the amount of foreigners would require socializing, working with, well, they all work, like working with or whatever. So maybe it's not that, but it just, to me, seems steep.
Wow, it is.
142 out of 178. But there's at least one Bermudian parent out of 326 out of 425 births. You feel better?
Okay, yeah.
Because when we first read it yesterday, it was a little shaky. I mean, Monday. Seemed a little shaky.
I'm glad you added the foreign aspect of it, you know? It puts everything in a better, well, not a better light, but a clearer light.
Accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
So, let's go to marriages.
Okay.
I was going to skip deaths, but it's here. So, at the moment, I just want to talk about marriages. And before I get there, the statistics here break down religious or denominational marriages from civil marriages.
Right.
So they're all listed there. I'm going to not ask you to guess, because I'm going to read this one out. For the denominations and or religions in Bermuda that had marriages, so every name I'm about to read had at least one marriage in that denomination in 2024.
Okay.
Okay? Ready?
Yep.
Church of Christ, Protestant, Jehovah's Witness, Church of God of Prophecy, Methodist, Baha'i, Muslim, United Holy, Church of God, Evangelical, Apostolic, Pentecostal, Brethren, Roman Catholic, First Church of God, First Baptist, Presbyterian, Baptist, Anglican, African Methodist Episcopal, and Seventh-day Adventist.
Wow.
Did you?
Yes.
Does that sound like? Did you realize? So, African Methodist Episcopal, Anglican, Seventh-day Adventist, Baptist, Presbyterian, First Baptist, First Church of God, Roman Catholic, Brethren, Pentecostal, Apostolic, United Holy, Muslim, Church of God, Evangelical, Baha'i, Jehovah's Witness, Methodist, Church of God of Prophecy, Church of Christ, and Protestant.
Okay.
What I didn't tell you was just now when I read the list.
What's that?
That was the order in terms of who had the most marriages.
Okay.
So, the AMEs had 38.
Okay.
Anglicans, 34. Who's the next denomination, do you think? And let me just say, I don't know if this is a reflection of the country and like the popular or the membership in different denominations.
Right.
So it might just be reflecting of that. I don't know. But it goes 38 for the AME Church.
Yes.
34 for the Anglican Church.
Okay.
This next one, number 3, is 10.
Wow, what a dip.
Yes.
Adventist.
Yep. After that, Baptist and Presbyterian each had 7. First Baptist, 5. First Church of God, Roman Catholic, Brethren, and Pentecostal, 4. Apostolic, United Holy, and Muslim, 3. Church of God and Evangelical, 2. And each of these had 1. Baha'i, Jehovah's Witness, Methodist, Church of God of Prophecy, Church of Christ, and Protestant. 71 were at a non-denominational gathering.
Okay.
I would say church, but gathering. So
Okay.
that was 207 religious marriages in 2024. Would you like to guess, or would you like to know, between 2020 and 2024, how does that number of marriages pan out? So we had 207 in 2024. You think that's the most we've had? You think that's the average we've had? Or you think that's the least we've had in the last 5 years?
I would think that it's not even the average.
You think it's low?
Yeah.
Hey, gotta tell you, only 2022 had more.
Really?
Really. In 2020, 134 marriages. This is another little joke I had. My father, that's who I can blame. Yes. Really? It's just dawned on me. All the no. I was trying to figure out why I was having, it felt like him. These mischievous thoughts that I was having while I was doing this.
Inherited, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, all right.
Because he would have had this thought.
Right.
Okay? And because I was sitting here, I was genuine, right?
Okay.
And then I started giggling, thinking about him.
Okay.
Here's what happened. So I'm looking at the number of marriages, okay? In 2020, 134, okay?
Right.
In 2021, 201. And then in 2022, 208.
Okay.
And then down to 192 in 2023,
Okay.
right?
All right.
So, listeners, if you know my dad or knew my dad, there's nobody to tell me, but I'm pretty sure this feels like something he would have told you. And he would have told you somewhere where you can't laugh, like at a funeral home and a banquet or something, or in the class where the statistics is being read out. I'm serious, really, but check this out. In 2020, 134 people got married. Then COVID hit. And so 201 people got married in 2021.
Right.
And I was like, yep, all that lockdown. People like, you know something, boy? We got through that. It's you and me, honey. It's you and me, brethren. It's right.
Yes.
Okay, 200. And then in 2022, 208. So the people came through COVID and said, let's check it out. Oh, this was real. We got through COVID. And then we got married. And then in 2023, it dropped right back down to 192.
Wow.
So I'm just wondering if COVID had a role in people deciding to marry in 2021, 2022, and 2023.
We were a lot closer.
All I can tell you is in 23, that dipped massively, but went right back up.
Okay.
So it was at 208 marriages in 2022.
Yes.
192 in 2023, and then 207.
Okay.
Right? So we went back up.
Yeah, it's a recovery.
Right. Now, it might be an idea if we saw the civil marriages match that, because then you'd know it's love in the air.
Yes.
Right? It's COVID in the air. It's right. Everybody. Well, let's just say those civil folks weren't quite as romantic.
I'm interested to know.
Okay. So, in 2020, there was 114 civil marriages, and then remember COVID hit.
Yes.
In 2021, only 112. Ain't nobody believing the funk then.
Okay.
And then in 2022, went up to 128.
Okay.
Now, the religious ones went up and the civil ones went up. And then that collapsed. I don't know what happened in 2023 because all of it went down the same amount. So 2023, right, it went from 208 down to 192, right? 2022 was 208 marriages. And in 2023, there was 192 marriages.
Okay.
The civil side, there was 128, and that went down to 118.
Okay.
And in 2024, it was 122. So if you want to know what year of the last 5 years everybody got married, that was 2022. 336 people got married.
Okay.
Then it went down to 328 in 2024, right? But the peak, and like I said, those denominations, the AME, Anglican, and Seventh-day Adventists covered, looks like a good 80.
Okay.
Yeah, 80 of those 207 were carried by those three denominations.
Okay.
Yeah, just over 80, maybe 82. Yep.
This is very interesting.
You think? Really?
Yeah, no, seriously.
Okay.
It just shows. I can't even say that there is trends. I guess definitely COVID had a part to play in it.
Well, we're coming to where COVID really did play.
Yeah.
That's the next statistic. But go. Well, because we can look at these things because COVID was such a massive event, and so the change was real.
Yeah.
Right. Tourists, imports, all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
Deaths, births, and marriages. There was the one thing that I looked up for a different reason was the amount of alcohol that came in. Because I talked to somebody who sold alcohol, and they stopped selling it in 2020 because they were concerned that people drinking at home without other outlets might take the bad moods that alcohol can bring out on a spouse. So there's a lot that went on around COVID.
Got you.
Perhaps the biggest one is this next chart, which was the over the last 5 years, the number of deaths in Bermuda. So before I get to that, because this is quite heavy, in terms of that particular chart, there's a different chart here. In 2024, I see something change. 1 minute, Billy. Boy, I tell you, that wasn't it at all. We're not there yet. We're still good.
Okay.
So if I was to ask you in 5-year blocks, okay, but I'm going to give you the block here, 3 years.
Okay.
16 to 19, say 20 to 24, or 30 to 34, 70 to 74, or 65 to 69, whatever, right? In 2024, if you had to guess what age bracket did the most men marry? So how old were most males who married in 2024? So you either go 16 to 19, 20 to 24, 25, like just in any.
Right.
So you can pick one age if you want to say, I don't know, 27 or 48. And I'll put that in the range if you want to do it that way.
Okay, 25 to 30.
That was the third.
Oh.
And they were tied with those in age 40 to 44.
Okay.
And we're talking about men.
Okay, so.
Sorry, you said 20, what age you said?
25 to 30.
Right. Nope.
How about 36 to 40?
30 to 34.
Oh.
79 males who got married were between the ages of 30 and 34. Now, can I ask, it's a kind of an ask, but it's a kind of rhetorical question. The culture or tradition or the norm of, and I need to say this properly because I mean this in the proper way, not the salacious way. But there's I guess, unspoken tradition of when people get married, there's kind of an assumption, and that's that the man is a little older or older, right? Generally speaking, you think
true.
that the, right? And I don't know where that came, like if it's culture, if it's African, if it's, well, I don't know, okay?
Right.
And I'm just talking about just in terms of marriage generally, not the big spread in age, right? Like the 50-year-old marrying the 28-year-old. I mean, just when two people are hanging out, the boyfriend and girlfriend, their fiance and married, it feels as if oftentimes the man is older.
Yes.
So if Bermudian men between the ages of 30 to 34 were the largest group who got married, do you think women of that same age bracket, 30 to 34, were in that group, or do you think it's different, up or down? Just, do you think it's the same as the 30 to 34 or different?
I think it'll be lower.
It's the same.
Oh.
79 men and 76, I'll use the terms here, male, 79 males and 76 females, by far the largest group, 30 to 34.
Okay.
And can I just say, I was told that back in the day, like nobody should get married until they're 33, at least 33. You've been through enough and blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So here, ages 30 to 34, there is one other statistic I would love to see. And that is how many marriages was it the spouse's first marriage. I'm very, very curious about that in country, because I know quite a few people who've been married more than once at young ages. Right?
Yeah.
So they've had the second marriage before the 50.
Oh, wow.
Right? Before the 45.
Okay.
And so I'm just curious about how many within the older age brackets are marrying for not the first time.
Okay.
Okay. So 79 and 76. The highest number was 30 to 30, age bracket 30 to 34. For women, what do you think the next highest age bracket was? Next more, right? You can pick an age, 80, 22, or a range.
What was the question again?
At what? So the 30 to 34 age group, age bracket,
Yes.
both male and female, that's the most who got married.
Yes.
Okay. If you're between 30 and 34, men and women, that's the age they got married.
Okay.
So that was the top age, 30 to 34. What do you think the next age bracket is of women who get married?
45 to 50.
So older than the...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, got you. And what about men?
Men, about 50 to 55.
Okay. I find this interesting. You're wrong on both counts,
Right.
but that's not it.
Okay.
And I don't know I don't know what this says, and I hope some of our listeners can sit with their families or friends or even themselves and just, because it's just, to me,
Yes.
it's the kind of stuff I'll just think about, right? I don't come to a conclusion. So, 30 to 34 age bracket for men and women was the most populous group. That's the age they were.
Say that again?
Ages 30 to 34
Right.
for men and women, male and female.
To get married.
Right. For women, females, the next you thought was 40 to...
45 to 50.
Right. It was younger.
Oh.
25 to 29.
Honestly?
Honestly. And a lot different. 66. So let me just break this down for you. Out of all, there were 329 females who got married in 2024. 76 were between the ages of 30 and 34. 66 were between the ages of 25 and 29.
That's amazing.
It is, because watch this next stat. For men, it was 30 to 34. Our next highest one was 35 to 39. So older.
Yes.
So women, the most of them got married between 30 and 34. The next age bracket was younger, 25 to 29. Wow. For men, the most were between 30 and 34. But the next bracket was older.
Wow, look at that.
And tied with younger as well, though.
Okay.
But for women, not even close. The older, so the top three for women, 30 to 34, 25 to 29, and then 35 to 39. And fairly close. When you get up past 55, there's an assumption that the data shows.
Okay, I'm interested. I'm listening.
I'm not going to say the assumption. I'm going to read the data.
Okay.
At age 55 to 59, 23 men, 14 women. Age 60 to 64, 11 men, 6 women. 65 to 69, 7 men, 2 women. 70 to 74, 3 men, 2 women. 75 to 79, 1 man, no women.
The fed up of us.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, no, I don't need a man.
Mate, fellas between the ages of 80 and 89 walked down that aisle. Or at least we're at the altar.
Yes.
At the altar. Women stopped going at 74. And only 2 said, I'm going to deal with this.
Corey.
Yes?
Baby, let's get married. You must be kidding me. No way.
I'm raised grandchildren. You and me cook your dinner every night because you have you must be out your mind.
Crazy.
You see? Fellas was still looking for it.
Freedom is a must.
In fact, out of the 329, was at 18, 21, 23, 24 of 329 men got married over the age 60. Only 10 women over age 60 got married. They're not playing that game, Billy.
No, they ain't.
They are done with us.
They had enough.
They're taking the cruises.
No.
They'll do, but playing bingo, whatever, but they ain't got nothing to do with you.
Get out of my yard.
Get out of my house. I mean, that's it, right? It's data. It's data. I watched the numbers, right? I'm saying, ooh, boy.
But
after age 44, it all goes on. Like, there's no number that's higher like than after age 40 to 44.
You know what's interesting? By then, they got children and they're having grandchildren. So a lot of the time will be in this service of the family. You know?
Just imagine how sharp you are, though, if you're a fella. And a woman says, or her sister, why ain't you marrying my sister?
Yes.
You know how sharp you must be? If a woman in her 70s is thinking, I want to settle down with him.
Yes.
Because women are telling us in our 70s,
no way.
Hit the street. In fact, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here. And that's a trend from 2023. It's the same thing in 2023, right? Fellas are going through, in fact, it's worse than, mercy. Fellas, ooh, boy. But from 55 to 89, there was, what's that, 36, 46, 52 men.
But you know what's interesting? How many of them have what we will call a relationship? But there's no statistic for that, right?
I'm not sure what you mean here.
Well, boyfriend, girlfriend.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Of the older couples.
Yes, of the older couples.
Yes. And not getting married because someone's going to lose.
And companionship.
Yeah, no, the companionship, definitely. But there were also some considerations about spouse, like widow and widowers getting a pension and then marrying someone and not being able to get that pension.
Yes.
And so, I can't believe you have to consider that. You know what I mean? No, I'm saying in a country where you have to so concerned about money, that's a consideration at that age. Like, you think you're doing stuff for love or for whatever at a certain age. Now, in terms of who got married, right?
Yes.
There was no nationality listed.
Okay.
So I can only tell you about residents and non-residents, and I don't think that's quite helpful because we have a tourist industry. And we advertise marriage, and people come down for cruise ships and so it's almost like non-resident is everybody who's a visitor.
Yes.
But if you visited and got married here, you probably came to get married. That's
true.
My guess.
Yes.
Unless, you've come down and met one of our charming men or women, and you're like, I ain't going back no more. I'm staying. This woman's got me. I ain't going.
Yes.
All right. Residents accounted for 175 of the 329 marriages taking place. It's an increase of 10% over the previous year. this is the thing. I don't quite know. There's a statistic here that says that more residents are getting married than non-residents, and that trend is been holding for 5 years, but that diverges with the tradition.
Okay.
What this is saying is that traditionally there were always more non-resident marriages than resident marriages.
Okay.
But for the last 5 years, it's been ugly, like 2-3 times. Residents marrying versus non-residents.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that says anything about the tourism industry, what we're doing, but it's the difference within a year isn't that great, but the overall 5 year is massive. So 926 marriages of residents in 5 years and 443 for non-residents. And then one of each was 167. So it's a weird one. But last year, 175 were residents both, 117 non-residents, and 37 were one resident and one non-resident who got married.
It's very interesting. It's an industry.
Yes.
And you think of the organist, the pastor, the preacher, the transportation, the dressmaker, if you tend to get a suit, the restaurant or hall in which you're going to have your reception. A lot goes into this.
Absolutely right. Yeah. So, the last thing to, all right, we'll stick with this, because I think getting into this other thing that I really, really wanted to get into, but I think it's probably best we finish this off. And it's not great. I'm just going to tell you something. I'm straight to it, okay? Right. And it's the deaths. But the one thing that I looked for that I did want to just deal with right off, because I think I'm not sure that this has come out any other way, and I think we probably ought to know it, even if we forget it by 5 o'clock. But I think we need to know it today.
Yes.
COVID. Okay. So we have the list for deaths over the last 5 years. And in 2020, I believe any death associated with COVID seems to have been recorded in 2021. And if I'm wrong about that, then this statistic is way off.
Right.
So, in 2020, there were 566 deaths. In 2021, 727.
2021. Wow.
In 2022, 585.
So it went down. Okay.
That peak from 566 to 727, and then the fall off to 585.
Okay.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Anyway, let me just say, in the years prior to 2020, I look goes up. That wasn't here. It was 535.
Okay.
So 535 deaths, then 566, then 727, then 585, 622, and in 2024, 602.
Okay.
And so I'm not going to do the numbers, right? But I stopped myself because I didn't want to work out how many people die per month in Bermuda.
Okay.
I look at obituaries every day because I have an obligation to the parish council and the people of Southampton. But I don't count, right? That's just not, I look to, And I just think that 727 is a sobering number. But it's there, right? It's the fact.
Yeah, it's recorded.
Okay. Question. So we now have the distribution of deaths by age and by sex, and we have by parish. I would say it's not all that shocking because we have populous parishes. So if I was to ask you, in which parish do you think the most people passed in 2024, you'd say
Pembroke.
And you'd be right. And if you'd be probably not guess the next one. So in 2024, it was Pembroke, then Sands, then Devonshire, then Warwick, then Southampton. Sorry. And St. George's was there as well. But age bracket. Let me just tell you, this was 2024. I don't have a sense of what gang violence was like in 2024, specifically.
Okay.
I have a sense of 2025 because we were here from the summer, and some of it happened around here.
Yes.
And 2025 is much more recent than 2024.
Yes.
And given my silver-haired vintage, my memory, I can remember what I was doing at 13, not what I was doing at 3:30.
Yes.
Right? So, having said that, I did wonder about the ages of the deaths of males,
Okay.
particularly from certain parishes. Okay? So I wondered how many males from Pembroke passed between the ages of, say, 15 and 35.
Oh.
Right? Pembroke tends to be a seat of some of the antisocial violence that we have.
Yeah.
The addresses or road names that you hear associated generally are in Pembroke. And I'm not saying that's right, but I'm just saying I know some good people who live. I know this guy who lives very close to a lane off Glebe Road, Roberts Avenue.
Okay. Right.
And so as I looked at this, and it was 2024, it wasn't what I thought.
Really?
It's higher than others, but not by much. So between the ages of 15 and 19,
Right.
2.
Oh.
20 and 24, 1. 25 to 29, 0. And 30 to 34, 1.
Okay.
It's slightly higher than the other parishes, but of course, Pembroke is, right?
Yes.
So overall, Pembroke had 104 deaths, right? Regardless of age, 104. The next closest was Sands and Devonshire of 79 and St. George's of 77, right? So 104 down to 79, and then is a big catchment.
Yeah.
Okay, but that age group is such that we know the average lifespan or age when the average man and the average woman passes.
Okay.
And I think it's safe to say it's between, I'm going to be very, 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 no, you know what? No need to say that. I'll just say that we're living long. When this number here, I'll tell you what, I'll give you, this is one way to do it, right? I'm going to read you in order.
Right.
The deaths we had in age groups.
Okay.
So the highest, from age 70 to 94. Watch this. And these were the highest, as you would imagine, right?
Okay.
So between 90 and 94, 87 people. 85 to 89, 83 people. From 80 to 84, 82 people. 70 to 79, 73 people. And 70 to 74, 70 people. What I'm trying to get at is 87 people passed over the age 90.
Yes.
Okay? 36 were between 95 and 99. And 8 had gone over 100. We had 8 people over 100 in 2024. They passed, but what I'm saying, right now, I don't have a census, but as we sit here, do you have a sense of how many people are going 100 in Bermuda, if you had to guess?
No, I haven't.
Me either. No clue whatsoever.
None.
That 8 stunned me to no end.
Wow.
I mean, and the spread of that 8,
Yes.
2 in St. George's, 1 in Hamilton Parish, 1 in Pembroke, 2 in Warwick, 1 in Southampton, 1 in Sands.
Okay. Wow.
You know, I thought maybe our 10th parish. Because they're so healthy down there. But yes, the average age of death for males, the highest are between 70 and 84. Women are living longer. And so their average is between 80 and 94. They live slightly long. I think I don't have it written here, but I believe the difference was 73 point X amount months for the average male life and 79 for women. I don't have it here, the specifics, but yeah. So being Bermudian, man, is having the data.
That's it. You know, it's nice to know what's really going on in our country. You could keep a better eye on things.
Well, it goes to the point that if you believe, and I'll tell you what, I'll wear this one myself. I want to believe I live in a Bermuda where 2 Bermudians are in public school.
Yes.
They go to high school. They may go to complete different colleges and whatever. And they get back and meet and get their first jobs and propose. And once they get married, they get a little cottage or house or something. They then have a child. That child stays in that house and knows that house for 6 years. And then they want a bigger home and another child. And I would love to think that 2 Bermudians retire with their grandchildren taken care of.
Yes.
That's my Bermuda. Unfortunately, I live and work in a way where I can try to help make that happen.
Yeah.
For governments that believe that that way of life ought to be our way of life.
Yes.
And that anything you do outside of that is not because you have to, but because you wish to. So if you wish to pay taxes to government and pay tuition for education, you wish to. You shouldn't feel you have to. Okay? If you knew the parents who told me, Corey, I have a black son, I'm not putting him in public school. The stakes are too high.
Oh, why?
Oh, it's said a lot. But if, and not to put a point on this, but with the data that we read on this show, 18 Bermudians got a job. 18 versus 560 non-Bermudians.
Yeah.
The in wedlock babies frighten me, but then when both are combined, 326 out of 425 babies in this cosmopolitan country were born to at least one Bermudian. That filled me with some pride.
Yes,
absolutely.
much better.
You better believe it. But at least if we establish what being Bermudian is, and I don't mean you and I establish like, this is the rule and you got a stamp.
Yes.
But at least, and if we're prepared to fight for it,
Yes.
right? And we have to. Like I said, that fishing thing is real. There were non-Bermudians in that fishing spot in your neighborhood
Yes.
that could have or might have fished that thing till it was gone, till it was empty.
It's true.
And the thing is, they wouldn't have a sense of what it took to build it up. They wouldn't have a sense that they're taking out all the fish. They wouldn't have a sense not to eat that type of fish, right? And so why roll the dice? It's not like driving a car. You can get a license. If they speed, if it's an accident, the same thing happens to everybody.
Yes.
It's not the same. If you want to drive like you do in a country where you're from, this culture and the rules and laws of this country won't allow it.
Right.
Fishing is cultural. It's a rite of passage. It's who we be.
Yes.
I think. Sometimes. Maybe. Yeah?
Well, as a society, we make the decisions. We're supposed to make the decisions, and we should feel empowered to make the decisions that affect us and our future.
Well, that's kind of what the show is about, in that I accepted, given the election results in February, that Bermudians, we were unable to hold the government to account. We were unable to assess independence, and sort of, I believe there was a settlement of who voted for the opposition.
Yes.
Traditionally vote for that particular party. And so, for me, the reason why that shook me is because the turnout.
Yes.
Right? I'm not even... My personal thing about the performance, well, a lot of it comes out here, you can probably guess, but back then my concern deep concern, and still is, was that we could shout and scream by that level of turnout. We could have 108 or 18 candidates. That was a scream too. I can do this, or I can do better, or I'm going to do it. So 100
Yes.
put themselves up. And in the face of that, those MPs gave themselves a raise. In the face of that. And so that's triggered me. This is the first time I said this on here, but a lot of that was a lot of, I didn't know how.
Yeah.
But we spoke that night. In fact, barely, because I couldn't really speak. But I knew I had to do something.
Yes.
I had to. I didn't know it was gonna be. I'm not quite sure what we're doing here, to be honest. Really, right? We don't always know what we're doing here. But I knew we needed to be more proud.
Yeah.
I knew that as a people we were shrinking compared to what we used to do in the 16, 17, 18, 1900s. I knew that the party that screamed for independence was not, and I knew what that would mean for us. And I knew the Pitt report.
Yes.
I can't sit back and let my people get manipulated. That's why I react now when I see some stuff. Right? The reason why data like what I've just read from the Registry General is because, and let me be correct about this, but who is the journalist from the television who could show you presentations, videos, animations about this data?
Yes.
Where is the journalist from that television station from? Where are the Bermudian journalists from the print media, the one newspaper?
Yes.
What did they tell you why they had to leave there?
Yes.
Well, there's no journalism at work. So, it's us.
And they give us what they want.
Well, no. No. Oh, you mean the journalists do?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yes. I thought you meant the government do. Because I think they have to produce these reports. If they could avoid it, they wouldn't. It's going for?
Already?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. So, really, we're going to get on up out of here.
Okay.
Coming back tomorrow?
I'm coming.
At least, well, the stats were done. You don't want me, do I have to do birth, deaths, marriages tomorrow? Or you think we got something else?
Not unless I get any. I might get some calls. I
Got
don't
you.
know.
And then let me know. We'll clarify whatever has to happen. Cool?
Yes.
My brother, man, peace. You have a very good evening. And listeners, thank you so much for spending your Wednesday with us. Sometimes we say, well, really, now we're just talking and, got a couple of people listening. Other times, but we always have respect for you. And we try to bring a good show that's infotainment, I think. Yeah, something like that?
Yeah.
All right, brother.
been listening to The Corey Butterfield Show, where stimulating conversation is heard every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 2 p.m. here on Magic 102.7 FM.
Looking for something refreshing, refined, and alcohol-free? Discover Maison Perrier Chic, sparkling water blended with real fruit juices for a sophisticated non-alcoholic cocktail experience. Crisp, refreshing, and effortlessly chic, perfect for any occasion. Distributed by John Barrett & Sons and available at Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
Visit the Money Shop today, your one-stop shop for sending and receiving money, as well as new and existing applications for passports, Bermuda status, permanent resident certificates, and spousal letters, in addition to check cashing, top-ups, and typing services. The Money Shop has 6 convenient locations island-wide in the Washington Mall, on Donald Street, the Hub in Warwick, Somerset, St. George's, and Front Street. Visit the Money Shop today, where they're always happy to help while offering the best customer service. The Money Shop. Call 292-8747.
Time to get away.
At Trip Limited, you'll receive the best travel expertise in Bermuda. Their dedicated professionals pride themselves in providing first-class customer service. Because at Trip Limited, every client is treated uniquely special, and they understand that the best memories are those shared with the ones you love. So whenever you want to enjoy a priceless experience that you'll treasure as a lifelong memory, give Trip Limited a call at 292-8747 and let them help you organize the cruise of your dreams, shared with the ones you love. Fabulous cruises for wedding groups, family reunions, church groups, friends get-togethers, and other special occasions. Trip Limited will help you plan every detail before you sail. And payment plans are also available. So when it's time to choose the group cruise of your dreams, call Trip Limited, the cruise experts, at 292-8747 or visit Trip Limited at 72 Washington Mall in Hamilton.
Another $100 for these few things? Every week is the same thing. Hey, girl, you know what that is. Pure nonsense. Tell me about it. But what choice do we have? You've got more choice than you think at purenonsense.com, and that's NONCENTS. We help Bermudians compare local prices on almost anything they can find on island and show you exactly how to import for yourself. Import myself? That sounds complicated. Not at all. Just 4 simple steps. Then you'll see your estimated savings. There's no buying in bulk or renting containers, no changes to what you buy, and it's free. You mean I can cut cost on things I buy on a regular basis without any hassle or cost? That's financial freedom right there. We get it. Everything keeps going up. That's why we built purenonsense.com. We feel your pain, and we're here to make savings simple.
It's time to stop complaining and start saving. Visit purenonsense, NONCENTS.com today and find out how you can start using their free tool to help you and your family save. Pure Nonsense. Live duty free.
New year, less stress. With Drop It, grocery shopping is simple. Order online, choose your time, and have your groceries delivered straight to your door. No lines, no rushing, just the food you need when you need it. Make the new year easier with Drop It. Brought to you by Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
Your Bermuda Air Getaway is